What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We are doing another video with the LS today, and I am pretty excited for this because this wasn't something that I expected to be doing so soon, but a deal popped up and I happen to be in a good spot financially right now, so I am getting more and more parts in. But today we are working on installing the SerialNine upper control arms for the front. I do need to get some for the rear of the car as well, but today we're just focusing on the front ones. Hoping that this isn't too difficult of a process. I'm completely on my own, nobody is helping me, and I am a weak little bitch, so getting bolts undone is probably going to be miserable. But yeah, let's go to the garage and get to work. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you have met Manson before, but this is my homeboy Manson. If you follow me on Instagram, you will probably watch my stories every morning before I leave for work. I feed him, and I go to the cupboard, I pull the bag of food out, and wherever he is in the house, he comes running. And everybody loves the videos, so follow me on Instagram and you'll see this little guy. I love you. And you too. I love you too, buddy. And this one. She is the least social of all the animals. Doesn't really like to hang out too often. Oh, ready? Yep. See ya. Oh yeah, totally forgot to mention, it is like almost 10 PM on a Friday. My girlfriend's at work all night. I've been working all day, so I'm pretty tired. But I figured I wanted to try and get this done as soon as possible. Just in case anything goes wrong with it, I need to make sure that I can drive the car to work on Monday, so I'm just gonna start it now because I'm really fucking eager. Yeah. There she is. So I already jacked up the car and took the wheels off. For the past week or so, I've been a little suspicious that I am wearing through my tires, which is weird because I just got an alignment 2 weeks ago. And the toe is absolutely perfect. So I took the wheels off and sure as shit, they are almost fucking bald on the inside. Now a regular person would look at this and be like, oh, it's just camber wear, stop fucking stancing your car. I really don't have that much camber. And like I said, the toe was perfect. So I'm thinking that the lower ball joints are gone. And this is causing a little bit of play, so when I drive, it is just like pushing the toe out and causing this to happen. So I ordered all new ball joints for the front end, and it would make sense that I would do that at the same time as doing this. But I'm already here. I'm already ready to do this. I'm just going to do this, and then when the other stuff comes in, do that. So, whatever. Alright, so here are the upper control arms. Now, I hadn't planned on picking these up for a little while because they are expensive. I think brand new, they're like $650, don't quote me on that. And they occasionally, well actually, buying them brand new is pretty hard because they don't make them very often, so if you buy them brand new, you'll have to wait for months, blah blah blah. And they pop up here and there for sale used from people, and I wasn't looking, but a guy hit me up who watched the videos, shout out to you, and he basically said, I have these, do you want them? I was like, sure. So he cut me a pretty good deal on them. He said that he had only had them on the car for about 2 weeks, and then he decided to sell the car. I don't necessarily believe that, because there's a lot of marks on these that makes me think that they're probably a couple of years old, but they are in good shape, they're fine. I paid a pretty good price for them. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, let's get to work. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I don't really know what I'm doing. I know that this has to come off. And I'm thinking that I'm going to have to drop the bag out of there because there's literally no way that that bolt's going to fucking come out. Same for the other side. Ooh, where's the light? Shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably undo the top. Healthy. state my truth, actually, I have not really worked on cars. I've never actually had a garage. I've never had a car I can work on. I don't own any tools. But the way I've always learned how to do things is by trial and error. And I encourage every one of you to do the same thing. I don't think you should be ashamed or embarrassed that you don't know what you're doing sometimes. It's actually probably better if you just admit that you don't know what you're doing and just figure it out as you go. That's kind of what I'm doing, and that's really what I'm enjoying about this car, is just that, like, I'm just figuring it out as I go. Now that I think about it, I feel like it might be easier to unbolt the upper control arm so that this will drop. I may not then have to actually even unbolt that. That might just drop down enough that I can get to this. Whoa. I totally just undid it with two hands before and then tightened it back up so I could do it with one hand for the camera. I really need to figure out how I'm supposed to film myself work on the car while I work on the car, because I'm not used to this. I'm an idiot. I have a tripod. Hell yeah. That is so much fucking better. How do I fucking get this bitch off? So I'm not really having much luck. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and unbolt the back of this so we can pull the bag out and then see if it makes it easier. Oh wait, it can't fall out because I didn't take the bolts out the top. I have no idea why this thing will not. It's completely unthreaded, why won't it come off? As with everything, turns out I was kind of just being a bitch and needed to pull harder on it. See, I get scared of stuff because when you pull too hard on things, I feel like I'm going to break it. And especially with airlines, I don't really want to have like a terrible air leak. I know you can fix it pretty easily, but I try and be really careful not to break stuff, and I'm just being too much of a bitch and need to like be more aggressive with it. Smacked this motherfucker a bunch harder. Came right off. Fuck yeah. Okay, now that we got that off, we can compare the new SerialNine upper control arms to the OEM ones. As you can see, these are a lot shorter, which hopefully should drop the front end of the car. The other nice thing with this is that it has fully adjustable camber, so you can extend these in and out to adjust the camber from the top, which is obviously perfect for stance. Right now, I will just be adjusting this as close as possible to what it was on the stock arms, because I am not ready for crazy amounts of camber yet. My wheels are not aggressive enough. The car's just not set up for it just yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and start trying to put this in. Okay. Well, it's definitely lower. Well, I actually cannot tell if it's lower or not. From here, it definitely looks like it's lower, but I'm actually pretty sure that it just has a lot more camber than it did. So this is at the top of the strut tower, and obviously it's missing the hole. Definitely a lot more camber. Alright, come on. Over here. Go on. That way. That way. Go be a beamer. Alright, let's see. Didn't drop it as much as I wanted it to, but you do have to remember stock spindles, no arrow. It's now about equal with the back. Fitment's roughly the same. Camber in the front is actually a ton more than the back, so I'm going to adjust that and try and pull it back out towards the fender, but holy shit. But now I know that I have that adjustability. Gives me a little bit more wiggle room for a set of wheels. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could run spacers and like try and fill out that gap, but I don't really care to do that on these wheels. Alright, it is almost 1 o'clock. I'm really tired. I'm gonna go and take a shower and go to bed. Pick this up in the morning. So we will see you in... What up, guys? Welcome back. Next day. And the first thing I need to do today is to pull all of the camber out of this to try and get it back to where it was on the stock arms. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so from what I can figure, you should need to spin these to pull this outwards. And then should just adjust these bolts on the back to pinch it back together and lock it. I did 10 turns. I'm not sure how much camber that will have pulled out, but we will take a look and see. Okay, so still need to pull a little bit more out, it looks like. I definitely pulled out a decent amount. I don't know how many more turns I can get out of it. That's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna leave it where it's at right now, and then do the other side, adjust it the same, and then come back to it basically if I need to. It definitely is still more camber than it had, but it may actually be matching the rear now. So hopefully this side is a little bit easier for me because I know what I'm doing now. Okay, so let's see where the camber's at. Not too bad. I think that it matches the rear almost perfectly. I can't tell 100%. Fitment is trash, but I'm not super worried about that right now. Check the other side. Also, fitment is trash, but camber looks about the same. Oh yeah, I should probably point this out. You know how when we did the fenders, we kind of eliminated this? Well, it came back and it is so much worse and it looks fucking terrible. But I am not super worried about the fenders right now. I kind of figured that if I go and build a set of 19s and they're significantly more aggressive and I dial in my fitment, there's no point in me buying new fenders right now, doing the bodywork, painting them, and then possibly destroying them when I'm dialing in the fitment. So I'm just going to keep these ones. They're a little beat up. I don't really care. I'm not entering my car into any shows right now. So yeah, when I step up to the 19s and I go through the process of getting the fitment perfect, I don't have to worry about destroying fresh fenders. I can just destroy these and not feel bad about them. Then once it's perfect, buy new fenders, do the bodywork, do the paint, and we'll be good to go. But I'm pretty happy with that. Before today, this sat, I think, that much higher. For anybody that's interested, I run Achilles ATR Sports, not the Sport 2s, just the Sport 1s because they stretch better. I don't run a ton of stretch. These are a 9.5 wide wheel and I'm running 225 40s. So they're not that aggressive, but they don't need to be because I'm not running crazy fitment. I'm tucking and I don't need to have like the, you know, I don't need to have the crazy sidewalls to be able to turn and shit. Take a look at where we sit clearance-wise. Oh, hell yeah. That's actually kind of sick. Since I adjusted them, these have come out quite a bit further because, well, obviously, but before they were sitting back in there and didn't come up through this hole at all. So I may have actually dropped lower by extending this out. I'm going to see how this does, but if I have any more room to extend this back this way, I totally will, because that will give me more drop. This is around where I usually drive it, about 90 in the front, 60 in the rear. This is my like higher drive height. Yeah, I would probably say that the front is actually lower than it was, because usually it sits kind of how the rear does, so maybe like that much higher. Holy fuck, it's responsive as shit. These bumps are usually aggressive as shit. So far everything's feeling good. I'm pretty confident in it. I'm gonna slow down and then I'm gonna drop the ride height considerably to what I would consider a real low ride height, and then we'll see how it does. So the height that I'm driving it at right now is actually where the stocks would hit the top of the strut towers, and obviously right now they're not. Kind of hoping there might be like a bump or something that I could hit, just so I could get an idea of what it's going to feel like this. Well, now that we're on not such a flat road, there's a little bit of concave to it. I'm scraping like a bitch. It's just the exhaust though. But ordinarily, I would be resting on the strut towers right now, and I'm not, so that's actually nice because I'm not destroying shit other than the exhaust. I'm going to pull into this car wash and we'll check everything out. God, that fucking bump. Let me show you guys the ride height I'm at right now. So the rear's tucking. Front is exactly where it was before I did the upper control arms. It's not much, but that does help. Honestly, it seems to drive great at my, what used to be aired out height. I've yet to hit a bump. I'm gonna keep driving. I know there's a bridge. I'm hoping there's like a transition between it that will actually, you know, put it through its paces. I'm just dragging it everywhere right now, but... So once I get rid of the stock exhaust and build my own exhaust that fits better, I shouldn't have any issues with scraping, other than with like steep entrances. And I probably will need to raise the engine, get some like engine mount spacers or something, because I am a little sketched about the oil pan. Oh yeah, there's a little bump. Oh my god. Fucking handled that great. I'm sure if I actually found, you know, an aggressive enough bump, it would definitely hit. But that was genuinely impressive. Let's hit it again. Oh, definitely hit some shit then. I think that might have been the rear, to be honest. It didn't sound like a hit in the front. There she is. I'm gonna end off the video here, guys. Let me know what you think of the car thus far, and you know, post in the comments some ideas for things you'd like to see me do with it. Obviously, end of the day, it's my car, building it for myself. I'm not really gonna, you know, let you guys decide what I want to do, but give me some ideas and maybe some things I hadn't thought of yet. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'm not sure what the next video on the car will be, but I do have parts ready to go on the car pretty soon. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I'll leave you with the car.